Stop scrolling, because something is happening on April 7th that only a few people will truly understand. And if you clicked on this video, you are one of them. What I'm about to reveal could shift your reality in ways you never imagined. There is something about April 7th that doesn't feel ordinary. Something deeper. Something almost written beyond time itself. You didn't find this message by accident. You were guided here, at this exact moment, because something is already shifting in your life, even if you can't fully see it yet. Right now, as you're listening to this, there is a quiet but powerful movement happening behind the scenes, aligning events, people, and opportunities in a way that is about to surprise you. This is not just another day, this is a turning point, a divine interruption to the routine patterns that have held you back. You may have felt stuck recently, like no matter how much effort you put in, things weren't moving the way you expected. Doors seemed closed, answers felt delayed, and at times you may have even questioned whether anything was changing at all. But what you didn't realize is that delays are not denials, they are preparations. April 7th carries an energy of breakthrough, a moment where what has been building in silence finally begins to reveal itself in reality. It's like everything that was hidden starts coming into the light, and suddenly, what once felt impossible begins to feel within reach. Right now, your life is standing at the edge of transformation. The struggles you've been through were not random. They were shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you for what's coming next. Every disappointment, every moment of doubt, every time you felt like giving up, all of it had a purpose. And now, that purpose is about to unfold in ways you never expected. There are miracles that don't look like miracles at first. They show up as sudden opportunities, unexpected conversations, or changes that seem small but carry massive impact. April 7th is one of those moments where everything begins to shift quietly before it transforms loudly. You might notice something changing in your mindset first, a clarity that wasn't there before, a sense of calm replacing anxiety, or a sudden understanding of what you need to do next. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. When things start to fall into place internally, it's only a matter of time before your external world begins to reflect that same order. Pay attention to your intuition on this day, because it will be stronger than usual. That inner voice you sometimes ignore will be guiding you in the right direction, pointing you toward decisions that could change your path completely. There is also a powerful release happening, a letting go of what no longer belongs in your life. This could be old fears, negative patterns, or even certain people who were holding you back without you realizing it. It might feel uncomfortable at first, because letting go always does. But it's necessary to make space for what's meant for you. You cannot receive new blessings while holding on to what was never meant to stay. April 7th is creating that space, clearing out the old to make room for something far greater. And then comes the shift in opportunity. Something unexpected may appear in your life, something you didn't plan for but somehow feels right. It could be a message, an idea, a chance to step into something new. Don't ignore it. Sometimes, the biggest changes come in the smallest forms. What seems like a simple moment could actually be the beginning of a completely new chapter in your life. This is where many people hesitate, where fear tries to step in and hold them back. But this time is different. This time, you are ready. There is also a restoration taking place. Something you thought was lost, something you believed would never return, begins to find its way back to you. It may not come back in the same form, but it will return in a way that is better, stronger, and more aligned with who you are now. This is the universe correcting itself, balancing what once felt unfair, bringing justice in ways you didn't think were possible. Trust that what is meant for you will never truly be lost. It only transforms until it's ready to return in its highest form. As April 7th unfolds, you may start to feel a sense of urgency, a pull to take action, to finally do something you've been putting off. That feeling is important. It's a signal that the time is now. The window is open, and what you do in this moment matters more than you think. Even a small step forward can create a ripple effect that leads to something much bigger. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to move. There is also protection around you during this time, even if you don't always feel it. Situations that could have gone wrong may suddenly shift in your favor. Obstacles may disappear without explanation. That's not luck, that's guidance. You are being led away from what could harm you and toward what is meant to help you grow. Even the things that don't work out are working in your favor, redirecting you to something better. And perhaps the most powerful part of this moment is the realization that you are not the same person you were before. You have grown, you have learned, and you have become stronger than you ever thought possible. April 7th is not just changing your circumstances, it's revealing the version of you that was always meant to rise. The miracles are not just happening around you, they are happening within you. And as this energy continues to unfold, you may begin to notice something subtle but undeniable, a sense that time itself is moving differently for you. Moments may feel more meaningful. Conversations may carry deeper messages. And even the smallest signs around you will start to feel like they are guiding you somewhere specific. This is not your imagination. When a breakthrough is close, life begins to speak in whispers before it speaks in transformations. You might find yourself thinking about things you haven't thought about in a long time, dreams you once had, goals you quietly gave up on, or ideas that felt too big or too impossible before. But now, they return with a different feeling. They don't feel distant anymore. They feel possible. That is one of the clearest signs that something is aligning in your favor. When your vision starts to come back to life. At the same time, there may be moments where things feel uncertain, where you don't fully understand what is happening or why certain changes are taking place so quickly. But this is where trust becomes everything. Not everything will make sense immediately, and it's not supposed to. Some things are meant to be understood only after they have already changed your life. Right now, you are in the middle of that shift, where clarity is forming but hasn't fully revealed itself yet. There is also a powerful emotional release happening for many people during this time. You may feel the urge to let go, to forgive, to finally release something that has been weighing on you for far too long. It could be regret, guilt, or even pain from the past. And while it may feel intense in the moment, it is actually a sign of healing. You are not breaking, you are clearing space. You are making room for peace, for clarity, and for a new version of yourself that is no longer tied to what once held you back. As you move through this, pay attention to who and what enters your life. New connections may appear, and they will feel different, more aligned, more genuine, more supportive. These are not random encounters. These are the kinds of people who come into your life when you are stepping into a new level of growth. They reflect where you are going, not where you have been. And sometimes, just one conversation with the right person can shift your entire direction. There is also a strengthening of your inner confidence happening, even if it's quiet at first. You may start to feel less affected by things that used to disturb you. Situations that once created anxiety may now feel manageable, even easy. This is growth in its purest form. You are not reacting the same way because you are no longer the same person. And that change within you is what allows everything around you to begin changing as well. At some point during this phase, you will be faced with a choice. It may not seem like a big decision at first, but it will carry more weight than you realize. It will be a moment where you can either step forward into the unknown or stay within what feels safe and familiar. And this is where everything shifts. Because the miracles connected to this moment are not just given, they are activated through your willingness to move forward despite uncertainty. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing. Because on the other side of that decision is something you've been waiting for. Something that aligns with your purpose, your growth, and your future. But it requires you to trust yourself in a way you may not have before. It requires you to believe that you are ready, even if part of you still doubts it. And as this journey continues beyond April 7th, you will begin to see the evidence of everything that is being set into motion right now. Small wins will start to appear. Progress will become visible. Things that once felt stuck will begin to move. And slowly, without you even realizing it at first, your life will start to look different. Not because of one single moment, but because of a series of aligned shifts that all began right here. So don't ignore what you feel during this time. Don't brush off the signs, the instincts, or the quiet inner knowing that something is happening. Because it is. And it's leading you somewhere important. And even beyond that moment, something deeper begins to settle within you, a quiet knowing that you are no longer waiting for your life to change. You are living inside the change itself. This is where everything becomes different. Because before, you were hoping, wishing, and searching for signs. But now, you start to recognize that you are the sign. The shift didn't just happen around you. It awakens something powerful inside you. You may begin to notice how your energy affects everything. The way people respond to you, the opportunities that come your way, even the timing of events, it all starts aligning with this new version of you. It's almost as if life begins to cooperate with you instead of resisting you. And that's because you are no longer moving from fear or doubt, you are moving from awareness. There will be moments where you look back and realize how far you've come, and it might even surprise you. Things that once felt heavy no longer carry the same weight. Situations that once confused you now make perfect sense. You start connecting the dots, seeing how everything that happened before was leading you to this exact point in time. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. Every step had a purpose, even the painful ones. And then something unexpected happens. Gratitude begins to replace frustration. Not because everything is perfect, but because you can finally see the direction your life is moving in. You understand that even the challenges were shaping you, guiding you, and preparing you for something greater. This shift in perspective is one of the most powerful transformations of all, because once you see your life this way, nothing can shake your foundation. At the same time, new desires may begin to rise within you. Bigger visions, stronger goals, a deeper sense of purpose. You are no longer thinking small, no longer limiting yourself to what feels safe. There is a part of you now that knows you are meant for more. And this isn't ego, this is alignment. This is you stepping into the life that was always waiting for you to claim it. But with this expansion also comes responsibility. You will be called to show up differently, to make choices that reflect who you are becoming rather than who you used to be. Old habits may try to pull you back. Familiar patterns may try to return, but now you will see them clearly. And once you see them, you have the power to choose differently. This is where your true strength reveals itself, not in avoiding challenges, but in rising above them with awareness and intention. There may still be moments of doubt, moments where you question if everything is really changing as much as it feels. That's natural. Growth doesn't erase uncertainty completely, it teaches you how to move forward despite it. And each time you choose to trust, each time you take a step forward anyway, you strengthen this new path you are creating. As the days continue after April 7th, the results of this shift will become more visible. Things will begin to fall into place in ways that feel almost too perfect to be coincidence. Right timing, right opportunities, right connections. All aligning in a way that confirms what you felt from the very beginning, that something was changing. And one day soon you will have a moment where it all clicks, where you pause, look around, and realize this is it. This is the life that once felt so far away. This is the breakthrough you were waiting for. Not because everything suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger, clearer, and more aligned with who you truly are. And as this new chapter continues to unfold, there will come a moment when you realize that the life you once prayed for is no longer something in the distance, it is something you are standing inside of. Not perfectly, not all at once, but undeniably real. The shift that began quietly is now becoming visible, tangible, and impossible to ignore. You will start to notice how differently you respond to life. Situations that once drained you no longer have the same power. You protect your energy, without guilt. You choose peace without needing validation. And most importantly, you begin to trust yourself in a way you never have before. This trust becomes your foundation. It guides your decisions, strengthens your actions, and keeps you steady, even when things around you are still changing. There is also a deeper level of alignment forming in your daily life. The things that once felt forced begin to flow naturally. You won't have to chase everything anymore. What is meant for you will start meeting you halfway. This doesn't mean you stop putting in effort. It means your effort is finally being met with the right energy, the right timing, and the right results. And then comes a realization that changes everything. You were never behind. You were never late. You were never missing out. Everything was happening in a timing that was specifically designed for you. The delays, the waiting, the uncertainty, all of it was part of a bigger plan that you couldn't see at the time. But now, standing where you are, it begins to make sense. You may even find yourself feeling a sense of peace in moments where you used to feel pressure. That constant urgency to figure everything out starts to fade. Instead, you move with clarity. You take steps because they feel right, not because you're afraid of falling behind. And that shift alone will change the way your entire life unfolds. At the same time, your awareness of what truly matters becomes sharper. You stop giving energy to things that don't align with your growth. Distractions lose their grip on you. You become more intentional with your time, your thoughts, and your actions. This is not restriction, this is focus. This is you stepping into your power and directing it toward what actually builds your future. There may still be challenges ahead, but they will feel different now. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you will begin to see them as confirmations, signs that you are moving forward, that you are stepping into something greater. Challenges don't disappear when you grow, they evolve. And now, you are equipped to handle them in a completely different way. And then, almost unexpectedly, you will begin to inspire others. Not by trying to, not by forcing anything, but simply by being who you have become. People will notice the change in you. They will feel your energy, your confidence, your clarity. Some will ask you how you did it. Others will simply observe from a distance. But either way, your transformation will not go unnoticed. This is how impact begins quietly, naturally, without needing attention. And as you continue walking this path, you will understand something that once felt impossible to grasp, that everything you were searching for was not outside of you. It was something you were growing into. Every lesson, every delay, every moment of doubt was shaping you into the person who could actually hold the life you desired. That is why this moment matters so much. Because it's not just about what you receive, it's about what you are now capable of sustaining. So keep moving forward. Keep trusting what you feel, even when it doesn't fully make sense yet. Keep choosing growth, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because everything you are doing right now is building something real, something lasting, something that will continue to unfold long after this moment has passed. And one day, you will look back at this exact time in your life, and you will realize that this was the turning point. This was when everything started to change. This was when you stopped waiting and started becoming. And now you understand. This was never just a random day. This was your turning point. So don't ignore what you feel right now. If this message resonated with you, type "I am ready" in the comments. Because your new reality begins the moment you claim it.